Good afternoon, John Luco here with Custom Truck. I'm at the facility of Triangle Crane, one of our customers for Load King Crane. I'm here with Steve this afternoon. He's just finished up his day and we're just going to kind of talk a bit about this crane. This is our Load King 6150 behind me. You guys have had this crane for about a year?
I think it's about a year now.
Tell me about the experience. How's it changed the job?
It's been a pretty good experience. We like this unit. It's been fairly reliable. It's the biggest of our three cranes, so it allows us to have a lot more reach, a lot more capacity. Obviously, the chart on this crane is a little above and beyond our other two smaller cranes.
Sure.
So, you know, when the big jobs come and you need the reach, this guy does it.
What do you think of the truck itself? You've got the twin steer tri-drive, which is kind of a custom truck thing. So how's it work for you? Is it how's the turning radius? How's the ride comfort? What do you think of the truck?
It works fairly well. I will say, you know, the turning radius, it's a big truck.
It's a big truck.
You know, this is not a pickup truck.
Yes.
You got to kind of plan for that, where you're going,
Sure.
making, you know, turns into neighborhoods and whatnot. You know, you can get away with it.
Right.
You just got to have a good driver and a good operator to get it through. So, but it
Right.
works out well. We've liked it.
Are there particular features about the crane that you guys like?
Overall, the biggest thing is just the size,
Yeah.
the capacity. It's a solid crane. One of our main operators, Glenn, you know, he's been using it for a while now. He has boasted about, you know, the chart on this thing is really good. It feels really solid, especially when you get into picking the bigger wood. Some of the base logs on trees, you know, we can get well over 10, 12, 15,000 pounds. Sometimes you're having to double the line up. And it feels really solid when you're doing that. Doesn't move around, you never lift an outrigger. So that's probably, you know, the biggest thing that we enjoy about it. There's certain creature comforts here and there. I mean,
Sure.
These days they all have air conditioning.
I'm here with Glenn, the operator of the crane behind me. So thanks very much, Glenn, for spending some time with me.
Sure.
You were out running this crane today.
We were doing a residential job, clearing out pretty much an entire lot, taking about 30 trees off the property.
What was setup like at the job? Were you on level ground? Did you need cribbing?
No, it was
okay.
definitely multiple setups,
Right.
tricky slopes, trying to make it work, doing a lot of cribbing, a lot
Right.
of stacks.
If you have a nice flat area to set up, pretty simple. You know, if you're off kilter a little bit, you got an angle up or down, nose high, that tends to be the more difficult one, where you need to use a little bit of cribbing.
Right.
So, you know, that can take, you know, on a simple setup, you know, you're probably looking at 15, 20 minutes.
Sure.
If you get into having to lift one corner up, crib it, and lift the other side up and crib that, you know, I mean, in a really difficult one, you could be looking at up to an hour for that.
Do you ever take advantage of the other spans? Are you pretty much full span all the time?
I definitely vary my spans.
Okay.
If the trees are close enough and short enough, I
Yeah.
run a lower boom length.
Right.
If they're way out there, then I'll run more boom.
Now I notice you don't have a lot of cribbing on the deck. So do you have a pickup truck that comes behind?
No, so far been able to make it work with what I
Really?
carry.
The way it's configured right now, is it typically how you're driving it with the two 4,000 pounds on the front and the two 2s at the rear?
That's correct.
This is basically, so this road's well for you.
That's correct. Yeah. We're able to get away without having to have a separate truck to follow it around to carry any of the counterweights.
Sure.
Just barely, but
Right.
it's legal. And
Yeah.
generally in tree work, you know, jibs are not something that you really want to use.
Sure.
They're more for height than for outward reach.
Yep.
And so, you know, without the jib, it works great.
Right.
Brings our chart a little bit better too, because we're not stowing it on the main boom as well.
Yeah.
So it's just a piece of metal that we didn't need. Also helps to keep the weight of the truck down for the highway and
Permits
whatnot. We've had pretty good luck with this thing. It's right there at the limit, and
Right.
we're able to get a yearly annual permit with that.
What are the features that you like about the crane?
Best feature is the picking power.
Uh-huh.
This crane, you can stretch it out 135 feet and still make solid picks. The crane does not move.
Right.
It's been so impressive. I've taken cranes out to their limit and made picks with them, and without even the load on the crane, you can feel the crane moving.
Mm-hmm.
This thing just sits nice and planted. It's so solid.
Right.
This X-frame, it's just been awesome.
What do you think of the setup on the truck? I noticed you've got super singles on here as opposed to the dualies.
I love it. In fact, the job today, I was off-road with it and didn't get stuck.
Right.
You know, didn't bog down or anything. I was
Right.
driving through some mulch, and not a problem.
Do you take advantage of the lockers?
Yeah, throw the lockers on and
Right.
it just runs right through it. So
Right.
yeah, it's been great. This is probably the only crane, and I'm trying not to jinx myself, but this is the only crane that I've ever operated that I haven't gotten stuck yet.
I'm here with Chris and Triangle Crane. What went into buying this crane as opposed to something else?
I think, number one, when you're thinking about these things is sales and support. We were confident that Custom One Truck had the sales team to present the trucks to us and the support behind it to be able to back it up, because it doesn't matter how good your equipment is, you're always going to have downtime and you're always going to have maintenance.
How did you decide on this particular size crane from Load King?
I think this size range right here is really nice. The roadability is key for us. We can work anywhere in a 50-mile radius, so we're on the highways every day. So the roadability was one big key. The crossover platform, the sturdiness of it, the stiffness of it, the formed boom, all of those things lend themselves really well to tree work, and being able to feel solid in the seat when you're picking, for the most part, unknown weights.
And what's been the experience over the last year with the crane? How's it changed your business?
It's been great. Our customers have started renting this out 5 days a week.
Nice.
They're going for the bigger cranes that can put more load on the ground for them, that they can process and get the trees out, sometimes just whole trees, sometimes multiple trees at once.
Yeah.
And this allows them to do that, and it allows for that reach too. We're always looking for a little bit further to get that last tree in the backyard. This will reach that 150-foot boom, leaves you well above the trees. When you're still out there 100 feet, even 130 feet, you're right at the top of the tree.
Right.
So that's also key. A lot of the booms shorter than that, you boom out and you're not going to be at the top of the tree, and you're not going to have a good pick. So that's been a good experience as well.
This crane, I feel like this crane was definitely what we needed for our fleet to help us accommodate all our customers' needs. It's been awesome.